Good afternoon, traders. Hope I'm live. Somebody give me a yes if you can hear me and if you can see my screen. I can't see how many people are in the group right now, so the participants, so you'll have to give me a hi. I think I can see Danny. Okay. Ayman is there. You guys can see the screen too. I want to know how long is the delay as well. Hey, Victor. I'm trying to see how long it takes for Victor to hear me. Okay, good. It's not that long then. Thank you. You guys can see the screen, Vic. The screen is up. Okay, it's more than 15 seconds delay actually. Okay, good afternoon, traders. I think let's go. We got some good trades coming up this afternoon. We had a very nice trade this morning. Two trades, one a short lost and one a very good win. So let all the traders come in. If you guys are in any trade, you can post in the chat. We'll start with that. I'll take a look at those. I don't know why I can't see how many people are in the room. I can get somewhere in here. It should be. I don't know why I can't see it. I have to figure out how to get that. Oh, I'm not sure which one needs the thing because I have nothing on to give me an echo. Anybody else getting the echo? So we can adjust. Okay, no echo, no echo. Vic, it's on your side. The echoing is on your side, Vic. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Let's go get some trades. Everybody in, ready to go? Vic, give me a yes when everybody's ready to go. I can't see the YouTube side of this thing. I can only see my screen. Okay, Ayman say let's go. Sure. So, good afternoon, traders. Welcome to our live session. This is how our trading would look like. We use wave analysis. If you're here for the first time, I doubt anyone is here for the first time. You guys been following me for quite a while, and glad you're here. So, what we do is wave analysis. It shows you how to forecast and how to take trades. Right? So basically, you can see the trades we take, we follow up. This is what we do in the trading. When we come in, we take trades, we follow up with the trades, we exit the trades, you take your profit, you take your losses, you trade again. So this is the second session for the day. We normally do 3 or 4 sessions per day. If you would like to join our group, and I think a lot of people still don't get it, they're still asking me about website, and I do not have a website, and I am not. Websites are if you're selling stuff. So if you go to any website where they're talking about Forex video, you will see they have basic, they have basic course, they have platinum course, gold course, pro course, all of that. Basically, none of those courses will make you a trader. Point blank, none of those courses will ever make you a good trader. Trader is about trading. So you need practice to trade. It's like you bought a series of courses on how to play football, and great, you can go now. You're going to be the world champion. No, you're not going to be playing in any club, even the worst club. They wouldn't accept you until you start actually getting into the football, into the team and getting onto the ground and playing. So we have a group of traders that trade with us every single day. Right? That's what we do. We trade 5-6 times a day, every single day. So you want to be a trader, you have to join us. Now you would have to learn the method we do, and that is where the training course comes in. The training course is a 6 weeks period where we teach you the method that we use, how to understand it, how to know all the strategies. Everything you need to know about trading is taught there. Every single thing. If you want to learn about support and resistance and why it doesn't work, we will teach you as well. So anything and everything about trading is discussed in this group. There is no taboo. There is nothing that we wouldn't discuss, or there's nothing we wouldn't test to see how it works. This is a trading group that keeps evolving and keeps testing new things and new strategies and new ways and better ways of doing the same old thing. Right? So if you'd like to join us, send me a Skype message. This is the Skype. Let me type it here for you guys. It's MANGAL457. You'll send me a Skype message and I'll send you a short message. Hey, this is the cost for the course if you're paying the full fee, or if you can't pay the full fee, this is the installment payment. You can pay $100 a month. You will until you meet the sum of the fee. When you reaches the sum of the fee, you stop paying. You don't have to pay a single cent for the rest of your life. You get lifetime access to the group. 5 sessions a day. While you're paying your installment, we will give you complimentary access twice daily. And we will give you a full recording of everything we do. Now that's complimentary. You're not paying for that. You're getting it free. Right? You cannot pay for knowledge. Knowledge is free. You will be paying for my 6 weeks time. That's all you're paying for. 6 weeks of my time. For the rest of your life, you have my time for free. Right? So you pay me for 6 weeks, I train you, and for the rest of the time that you're with me, it's complimentary. You get it free. If you choose to take it, you take it. If you don't like, you can leave anytime. If you're leaving temporarily to come back, that's also welcome. You have lifetime access. We have traders coming back after 5 years. After 5 years of taking a break from trading, they're coming back to trading, and they know they have lifetime access, so they're coming back into the group. We got one guy came in yesterday. We have another one should be coming in anytime this week. That's true lifetime access. Now you may hear 1 or 2 people complain about, hey, he tell you lifetime access, but he kicked me out of his group. Well, if somebody said they're kicked out of the group, it's for some reason. Right? There's always a reason for that. I got kicked out from trading, but there's a reason for that. Right? I can tell you the reason, because I spoke out against the nonsense that was happening there. All the spamming and all the scamming. As the top trader on their platform at that given moment, I spoke out. And if ever they ever get me back on that platform, I will be the top trader in the blink of an eye. I can guarantee you that. That's a challenge. I probably wouldn't be accepted there, but I'm telling you that if ever, because there's no second to the analysis we do. This is the best analysis, and the method that I'm using and the way I created this method, there is nothing better than this in understanding the charts. In the analysis, I'm not talking about the trading, I'm telling you about the analysis. So, do we have enough traders in the room? I'm just trying to cut time to get everybody in so we can start. Let's start. Come on. 2 trades we took this morning. Yesterday we took 2 trades. Both were perfect. Both were profitable. This morning we took 2 trades. One of this is the EURUSD. This is where I exit the trade. Why did I exit the trade there? Well, first 2 reasons. One, you can see there's a consolidation happening there, right? See that consolidation? That tells me it's making a flag. And I'm leaving my computer at that moment, so I close the trade. I actually waited for that flag to start and then close the trade and walk away. Normally what I would do is I'll put an entry order here. And then I'll be looking to close this trade here now for break even. Because I think we'll get a bigger consolidation. We might be going up. So if this is going to be going up, you'll get a flat here and we'll trade it up back. What if it's coming down? Remember what I said, that could be the target. Because it's a possibility that we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, and we come down back here to make a new low before we go. So if we get a flag here, we're definitely selling this today, and we'll be selling it in the New York session. So all we need is a flag and we'll sell. If it's going to be a flat, it will take about 5-6 hours. So you wouldn't get the trade now, you'll get the trade tomorrow in the Asian session. Right? The second trade we took was the dollar CAD. Again, you can see where I closed the dollar CAD. This was the entry. This was the stop. This is where I close it. Why? Again, you can see that consolidation there. Once you get that consolidation there, you close the trade at the bottom of the consolidation and you put an entry order under the low. So I have an entry order here right now. Now, why? What if when I close this trade, this thing dropped through the bottom? I want to be in that trade. I still believe it's downside. It doesn't change. The upside is here. So every time you're wrong about a trade, you cut your profit, you cut your losses by at least half, sometimes even break even. Now, if I was a little more aggressive, I probably should have got out here. I can tell you where I should have got out if I was a little more aggressive. That is right here. I missed that opportunity because I was still talking to you guys live in the room. When I finished the live one, this one already went up. So I used the second best opportunity, that is here. Right? Now, let's put it this way. Let's say all your losing trades, you cut by half. And all your winning trades, you take 1-to-1 at least. You're going to make profit, right? You can agree that you're going to make a lot of profit. So that's what we do. We cut the losing trades because we have methods how to do that. And we let the winning one run. So the winning one, I almost got it right at the top. You can see that. That's a really good trade. So those are the two trades. Let's move on. What do I think CAD is going to do? I think CAD will still go down for now. We need to see whether I have that entry order there. So if this is the drop, I'm going to be in the trade. This would be the trade. This would be the entry. This is going to be the stop. The stop is still where it is. I'm not changing the stop for now unless this one breaks above that top. Now, if it breaks above the top, I'll change the stop. I will not only change the stop, I'll change the entry as well. The entry for this one here right now should go to this level. And the stop shouldn't be here. The stop should be above here. Right? We're using, this is a new one. So I'll show you what this trade would look like. This trade would be entry here. Stop, oh, sorry. Let me take that out. So I'll take these out as well, and I'll show you how we would trade this one. The best thing you can do if you still want to sell is to wait for this to make a flag and sell. But what if it doesn't make a flag and it actually drops? Then you can put an entry here. I'll put an entry here. And if this drop, I'll be in the trade. But I can't put the stop here. I have to put the stop above the top now. So it's not the best trade in terms of risk to reward, but it's a good trade. So I'll show you. It's a pretty safe trade, which means the chances of me taking a loss on this trade is almost close to zero. Because the stop is above this stop and the target is still the same. The target has not changed. The target is coming to get this low, right? So you're going to get a 1.6 to 1. 1.5, let's put it. Now, that might not go in a single drop. So what we normally do, is something I normally do, is I'll double my risk into this one, which is like I'm taking 2 trades instead of 1. Right? I would never allow it to go and take me out to the top there. That's not good. The only way that happens is if it comes here, tags me, and in a split second do that. Like one straight candle that I have no choice, I have to take the losses. Most times you get out of that for positive. Now, can this actually work its way up back to the top here? And then we get a sell here? Yeah, that's possible. You get a flat here. And tomorrow we are buying it. We might even sell this and buy that. Now you may say this is impossible, right? How would you get a sell in that? Well, we actually did a trade just like that just now this morning. We actually bought this piece. You see that flat there? We got this piece. See, that's exactly the trade we did. So now what we're going to do, we're going to watch these 2 trades. Since we have no trade set up in them, let me move my entry order on the CAD, on the dollar CAD. Okay, I'll do that after. If dollar CAD is to come to this area, my trader, somebody give me a heads up so I can take it live. If it is to come into that entry point. And now let's go. I'm going to go through the dollar, all the majors. We're going to look at trade setups that we have. And we'll take trades. We're here to trade, right? So, dollar index. It broke out, but like I said, this line is irrelevant. That doesn't mean dollar index is going down. The only way we're going to look for a sell on the dollar index is actually if we start to get a correction here. And as soon as we get that correction, we'll be selling. Right? Now, this is what it looks like. See that correction there? If it moves this much, you want a flat, and then we'll be trading this flat. Most likely. It moved quite a lot. Now, can this actually go back up? It can, but we still don't have a buy setup. We'll be looking for a flag. So if this thing makes a flag here in the next 2 hours, we'll be buying it. Silver, nothing. We don't have the sell. We don't have the buy setup. We don't have. It looks more like a buy here in this piece, but it's not a good buy setup, so we'll leave it. We don't have a trade in silvers yet. Let it come back. I would allow silver to, most likely it will come to the bottom here without me. I will let it come back to the bottom here without me, and then we'll be looking for that buy setup. So what would that look like in a bigger time frame? Go on the 1 hour, I'll show you. We'll look for a buy from the bottom. On the 1 hour, it would look something like this. See this whole big flat there, that whole piece there, and it came back to the bottom here, and then you look for the buy. You either get it from here or you get it from the bottom here going up. So if this drops here, you probably look for that trade to the upside. Now, this is a sell. On the lower time frame, that is a sell. Right, but I'm not sure we will get this sell because we're not getting the setup for the sellers yet. If we get it, we'll take the trade. Let's see if we can get any sell setup here to take this trade. Nope, nothing. If it makes a flag, we'll probably consider that. Okay, if you guys keep all your questions to the end, I will answer them. If everyone is seeing, okay, let me see. I wanted to ask, how do you know that when dollar index goes up, Aussie USD goes up too? I would like to know more about such thing. No, when dollar index goes up, Aussie doesn't go up. When dollar index goes up, Aussie come down, right? You're looking at you're trading Australian dollar against the dollar, my friend. So if dollar gains value, Aussie loses value. Well, Aussie doesn't lose value. It's just that the dollar gain value. One currency will either gain or lose value in relationship to the rest of the currencies. That's a basic stuff. That's a basic stuff thing. We are actually more into Elliott wave. We're more into wave theory here, right? Pretty complex stuff. You can Google that. You can actually Google it. You'll get all the thing. What is a pair? How it works? What is, you know, basic stuff. You should get that from the internet. There is no need of us wasting time telling you how the pairs work. Compare them, how they compare to each other, and what works, right? So let's go. You can do that. Don't feel anyway. Just go on the internet. You'll get it. Okay, let's go. Let's move on from there. So we're looking for a flag here to get the trade to come to the bottom here. If we get that trade, we'll take it, right? No, somebody asked me, Monsieur Sturt, I haven't. I would like to know with what amount of leverage do you trade? Not with any. So leverage, I think the leverage in the account we're using is 50-1. I never use that leverage because it's a hedge fund account, and what they tell you to do, they give us 0.25. That's their risk per day. They have specific rules. If you're trading an account for another company or for any kind of fund or so, they will have specific rules on how you can trade it, so the leverage is irrelevant. You're never going to be able to use the max leverage that they have, so that becomes irrelevant in that sense. Right, so let's go. By the way, it's an account that if you join our group and you complete the course, they can give you a demo, and if you make money in the demo, which is what we're using right now, it just started, and if you make money in the demo, they'll give you a live account after a couple months. So basically, it's that what we're doing right now. I think some of our traders started last year, they got the account already, the live account where they're trading, and we'll see how that goes, right? So gold is consolidating. It looks upside, at least from this point here. It looks like we can get a buy setup here, right? We can go for a buy. Remember, it's going up really slow, see? So if you take the buy, don't expect it to go up really fast, right? Expect it to go really slow. Now, I would really like this thing to come back here before we get it, but if it's going up from there, we'll take it from there. It's going to be a buy setup. Let me put it like this. We don't have any news events, so it's going to move really slow. You're going to be cautious. If you're going to be buying this, you can buy it two ways. I think the best way to buy this is above the top, not the aggressive entry. The aggressive entry will be here, but I think it can make them flat before it goes. So put it above the top. You'll have to use a stop somewhere here, and the target would be all the way above this top, like way above that top. Now, if this comes down more deeper, we would change that entry order, and we will change where the stop goes as well. So for now, that would be the trade if it's going. So I'll put this as a buy setup, and we'll see how that goes. Euro. Good. So now Euro is going to talk to us, right? So this morning it actually broke out again. Breaking out of this line is irrelevant. It doesn't mean anything. It has to tell us what it's going to do now. So now you want it to either make a flat here and we go up, or it makes a flag here and we sell. Let's see which one happens. We don't have a trade as yet. We still don't have a trade as yet until we get the setup. Pang. I told you not to buy it this morning. If you bought it, if you buy it, it's a waste of time because it's exactly where it was. And we might likely get a flag here. It looks like we're trying to get a flag here. If we get a flag here, we're going for the sell. Now, if this goes back to the top here, and come back here, we're going for the buy. Both of those are possible. If you look at the structure where it is, both of those are possible. Remember, I explained to you this morning. Those of you who missed it, go watch the webinar. It's on YouTube. And by the way, if you missed all the previous webinars, you should watch them. If you missed the live sessions, you should watch them. The first two were very educational. That will help you understand wave analysis. This is coming down. I was trying to get a trade into it, but I wasn't in front of the computer all the time. And there was a small flag here. I think some of my traders might have picked that one up. If you put the entry order here, you're in it. If it makes another one here, we get the entry order and we're going with that, right? So if we get another consolidation here, we're going with the sell on Aussie. We're looking for a sell setup. Let's get a consolidation there and we're going to take the trade. On the hourly, it's just 1 hour. Right, literally it's just 1 hour. So give it about 2 or 3 hours and then we'll take the sell. So if this stays here for a few more hours, like 1, 2, that would be a sell setup for us. New Zealand. This one is coming down but too slow. Ignore it. It's looking more like a buy setup, but we don't have the buy setup. We probably wouldn't be buying this here. Right? This looks more like this, right? So we'll just ignore it. If it's dropping, this sell is not a great idea. I mean, it's not a great idea. We don't have a good setup for the sell. You can put an entry order here though. You can put an entry order here for the sell and go with a stop above this stop. Right? That is assuming that this one is going to drop through the bottom like that. If it keeps coming down slowly like this, take off the trade. So now this trade, again, remember, I'm not making trade call for you. I'm trying to show you how we trade in our trading room, right? So don't come and say, hey, I took that trade, now it's going against me. What should I do with it? Because we know what to do with it. I showed you what we did with the 2 trades we took this morning, right? If you came in late and you miss it, please go back and watch the start of this recording when it's finished. So you can put an entry here, you can put a stop here, and the target you'll be going for. Let me put the trade on what it would look like. So it's not the best setup. You'll have to be really good at managing this trade. But if you want to take this trade, this is how it would look. You'll put a short here. Put an entry here, put a stop just above that top, just above that top there, and target the break of this low. I'll take out this and put it, I can't move that there, sorry. Put it here, right? Target the break of the low. It's going to break the low, so up, sorry. Go back there and target the break of the low. Now, not always it will go to the break of the low, but if it goes, that's the trade, right? That's a trade you're looking for. So we'll put it as a sell setup and we'll see how that goes. Yen coming down still. Let's see if we get it, if it's ready for the trade. So remember this morning I told you we wanted to go up, we wanted to come down, and then we'll see what happens. It didn't go all the way to where I wanted to go, but it did go up, so we can go with that as a running flat. Right? It did come down. The sell was useless. You'll get break even if you take it. Now we're looking at this and we're thinking, well, we want the buy setup. We want this to go up one more. And if it's going to go up one more, where would the trade be? So you put an entry order above the top here. Put an entry order there. And you put a stop here. You have to keep this stop here. This is the safest place you can keep this stop. And we will put a target to see how high this goes. Now, if this is the low, then we can assume we'll get at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward in this trade. It's not the best risk to reward trade. Now, it's still going down, right? So I would like it to go down some more. Now, the lower this go, we're not trying to sell this, right? You can see that there's a small flag here. We're not trying to sell this because it's probably going to do this here for a while, and then it's going to go up, right? We're still expecting this to go up. Now, can this drop through the bottom? Yeah, but only when it drops through this bottom, we'll consider the sell. Because as of now, this is a correction that goes up. Now, you can sell it. Nothing is wrong with that. Like this morning, I told you can sell it here. You got break even. You should close the trade. If you don't close the trade, you're setting yourself up for failure. And again, if you take the trade here for a sell, you'll probably get the same thing. Right? I don't see them dropping. We're looking for the downside here. We want this downside to happen. Right? In the big picture of things, we want it to come down first. We want this to come back here and then go up. We want to see this flat happen. But right now, this one is not giving us a sell setup. So it means there's a good chance it could break this top here and then come back. So we will take the buy. If the buy triggers, we'll take it, we'll manage it, we'll see how far it goes. If we don't get the buy and they keep consolidating here, we might, I don't know, we might consider the sell. I really don't like the sell. It's very short. There's no good risk to reward in it as yet. So we'll put a buy setup here. CAD, the sell is still valid, so we'll put this as a sell. It's still the sell. Swiss, well, now remember what I said this morning. You wait for them to give you a flag before you sell. Well, we've got a flag here, and this is a good sell setup. The question is, where do you put the stop down? You're not going to put a stop above there because that's more than 100 pips. Right, that is about 87 pips. The downside is only to break this low. Right, that's the only trade you're going to get, to break that low. So it's going to come, break this low, and then it's going to go right back up. So what's the best way to get in that trade and get a good risk to reward? You can't, if you put the stop above this top, they'll take you out. See that? They already tag it once, go break it, break the top, take you out. So we'll come somewhere in the middle of this, and we'll put a stop somewhere here. All right, so we'll go with this stop for a 1-to-1. Now that stop is kind of irrelevant in that you don't want to put it too big, but you don't want to put it too small. You don't want to be above this. You want to be higher than that. And there's no other point of consolidation except this contracting flat. See that? So I'll use this last impulse here. And I'll assume that these two are the same size. Right? That one and this one is the same size. So if it drops here, the trade is going to be only this, with a stop there, which is not the best trade setup. You can agree with that, right? So you can take the trade or don't take the trade. It's up to you. I don't think I would take the trade. It's no good risk to reward. Let it break the low, and then we look for the upside. The bigger trade would be this one, right? This one going up for this move, and then the downside. But let's see. You can take the trade if you want, and then we'll see where it goes from there, right? So if this goes up higher, by the way, if this goes higher, it will be a better trade. If this goes back up to the top, like it works that we are back to the top here, this would be a better sell tomorrow, because this risk to reward would be amazing if we get it. So if it goes up, that would be a better trade for us. If you have a question, you probably keep the question to the end of the when I finish this, and then we'll take the question, right? Because I'm not watching the chat. I can see some people typing, but I'm not there. So this morning I told you, if we get a flag, we'll buy it. We didn't get any flag, it break the top. If it starts to come back down, we'll take a flag and we'll sell it. We're coming down for this move. All of this we forecast this morning, right? So if this starts to come down, we're coming down for this move and then the upside. The sell would be a good idea if we get it. We don't have anything right now. It's just moving, and if it's moving, you can't get into it. EURUSD, we already told you. We'll see again. If it gives us a flag here, we'll sell it. That trade, we closed it. If it gives us a flag there, we'll sell it. If it consolidates, we'll buy. Most likely, we'll get a down move again. Euro New Zealand. Okay, this just went way above the top with no pullback. So we'll just have to wait. Don't take any trade at the top there. It's useless. Euro Yen. I am not taking any trade at the top. The Euro Yen breaks the top, would look for a sell setup. I would look for a sell setup, right? So I want them to go and break that up, drop, give me a flag, and we're selling. And that's the trade we'll be looking for. Euro Swiss. Nothing. It didn't even break the low we wanted. We wanted it to break the low. We wanted this to come here and break the low, and then go back up. It didn't break the low, and it's still going sideways. So we're coming back to this stop, but we're not going up, right? See, this was the low. We're coming back to this stop here, I think. But we're not kind of going up. We're still in this flat, so I'm not going to be buying this, right? This is not a buy setup. I'll let it go to the top there, and then we look for the sell if we get the sell setup from the top. Could it be this is the low and we are totally trying to come back to the top here? Could it be this is trying to go back to the top there, and this is just a flat? That is the low there, and this is a flat of its own to go back up. Let's say this here is the flat to go back. No, doesn't make sense. I don't like that, so we'll stay away from that, right? Let's wait. Euro pound. It still hasn't dropped us yet. The trade wasn't. If you took the trade, you would have closed it because you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours sideways. You'd have closed that for break even. It's not going anywhere, so let's leave it. Stay out of it. Now let it come to the bottom here, and then we see if we get a buy setup instead of the sell. Take this out. Let me see on the 15 if it has a sell setup. No, not really. You're not getting any good sell setup there. Pound Yen. Nothing. We don't have anything. Let me see. Pound CAD. Nothing. We're waiting for the sell setups. We don't have anything. Pound CAD. We don't have anything. Pound CAD broke out. It didn't give us any trade setup. So if we get a flag here, we can consider a buy. If it makes a flag, we don't have a flag in there. It's Pound New Zealand, no trade. Pound Oz, no trade setup. But if this starts to come back, then we'll take the trade. So we got this up move. You get 1, 2, 3. If this gives us a flag here, we'll be selling it to the bottom. And then the upside. So if we get a flag there, it will be a trade setup. Keep your eyes on this. We don't really have a flag as yet, but if we get a flag, we'll go with the trade. So we're literally waiting for a flag. Let me go back on the 1 hour. See, that is only one candle. So we'll have to get a 4 or 5 candles there, and then we'll be looking for a sell setup. Pound Swiss. So we're waiting for a flag here for the sell. Pound Swiss, nothing. It's kind of going sideways. It looks like we could get a buy setup here. It's not quite ready for the buy. Or we're going to make a new low. I think there's a good chance they make a new low and then go back up. So let them make the new low first. Aussie Swiss. Make a new low and then go back. It has to break this low as well. So let it come here, make a new low, and then we start to look for the buy setup. Aussie CAD. We're coming down back. Pretty much something like a channel at the bottom here. This whole piece looks like a channel. Take this off. So we wait. We don't have any trade. We don't have. It's just not doing anything you can trade, right? So just leave it alone. Aussie yen. If we get a flag, we'll sell. We're waiting for a flag here to sell. We actually have a few hours sideways. Let me see what it looks like. No, not as yet. You will need a correction. You will need this to make some kind of a correction here. And then we'll go for this trade. Right, this would be the trade. You see this flat here? Not as big as that one, but that's the idea. Right, so we can get one like this and this would be perfect. All we have is a move up. So we'll wait for the trade, and if we get that correction, we'll go with it. New Zealand yen, pretty much the same thing. Well, we can actually put an entry order here for a sell. Put an entry here, put a stop here, and we're targeting the low. So this trade would be like this. Put an entry there. Let's go with the trade. Put an entry here. Put a stop just above this and target the break of this low. That's the trade. So you get 1 point something. It's not a big trade because the stop has to go there. The stop has to be a safe distance away from this one. It's still a flag and it could tag you and keep you there for a while, which means that would be their exit strategy. So I like this trade. I'll put this on. Here's a trade that I'll put on my account as soon as I'm finished. Here. I don't think they're going to go before that. If they go before that and tag, I'll take it live and then I'll put the stop on. The stop is about how much pips? Let me see. 45 pips. So that's good. I'll just calculate it. New Zealand CAD. We don't have any trade on this. I don't think so. No. Actually, that was a good sell, but it didn't drop the way we expected to drop. It's coming down. And at some point, it starts to go back up. Right? We had a very nice running flat here. Perfect running flat. I think I showed this in the webinar, one of the webinars. This perfect running flat here for that. That was a good sell. It's coming down. Let's see how low it goes. We don't have a sell setup. And there is no sell setup. If it pulls back, give us a sell setup, we'll sell it. CAD yen. We won the sell. Let's see if we have a flag here. We go to 15, see what it looks like. We can make an argument for an expanding flat. We can make an argument that this is some kind of an expanding flat here for downside. And if it is, then we put an entry order under the low. Put an entry order here, put a stop above here, and target the break of the bigger low. Right? Target the break out of this whole structure. Right? You want it to come back to this level. So we're looking at this here. Let me just show you what the trade should be like. We're looking for something like this. So you can put an arrow and you can say, well, if it gives it this trade, this is what we're looking for. Right? So this is the trade you're looking for. If it goes. So the trade would look like this. Sell setup. Short here. Stop just above that top there and target the break of that low. Go to the 15. Now it might not go in a single move. It might not go at all. I don't know that it will go, right? So use this, sorry. But I like the trade. Right? Put the entry under the low here. Just a few pips away. Good. I think we've got it. And we're targeting the break of this low. Let's see if we get that trade. I actually like this trade. Right, all the yen pairs have these cells set up in a flat. CAD Swiss. Nothing. There's a flag, but we're already low, so leave it alone. Swiss yen, we're looking for a trade as well. That's at the top. We don't have it. We actually have a buy setup forming here. This has a flag for upside. See this? This could be a flat for upside. It's coming down, but that could be a flat for upside still. So we don't have a trade in it. Let's go. Oh, I forget to put the one. Which one was the sell? I think the Swiss Canadian, right? Which one we had a sell? And New Zealandian was a sell. Yeah, New Zealandian we have a sell set up. I forget to put them sell. Canadian we have a sell. Yep, we have a sell in the Canadian. We don't have anything else here. Natural gas, let me go with natural gas, see. Oh, okay, natural gas went up. It's not a clear buy setup, right? I think yesterday we were looking for this buy setup. This one is not a clear buy setup, so I would say you probably let it pull back here and then give you this buy setup and then go for the trade. Pull back, make a flat, and then it's a perfect buy setup. So look for the buy setup. Forget about the sell, look for the buy setup if it comes, right? So wait for a flag. US oil. I still don't like it because, again, I don't know where that, I can't figure, we know what this is, we just can't figure out the direction until we know where this is coming from. So we'll just stay out of it for a while, just a short while, and then we'll get it. S&P 500. Okay, so remember what I said this morning, you don't want the buy because they're likely going to break the top and then come down, which is what they did here, right? I showed you even what they're going to do. And then you want this flag here for this trade, so you want this to make a flag here, and then you want this trade. And if you're lucky, they break out, but very, very often it's going to come right back to the top. So target, entry here, stop here. This is all you're going to get. Now that's an aggressive 15-minute trade. If you do not have the skill level to manage trades like that, do not take the trade. By the way, that is for my traders, not for you guys. My traders will know that if they don't have the skill level, they will not go in a trade like that, and there is no flag as yet. Wait for the flag. I am not making trade call for anybody. I'm showing you how we trade these patterns in our trading room. Now, if you become a member of our group and you're in our trading room, we'll explain the details of how to manage it and all of that, right? We wouldn't have the time to do all of that here. So we get a flag, we'll go for it. This morning, I warn you against any buy. You see how the magic works? Don't take that trade because it's going to repeat what they did here. It's going to break the top and then pull back. Now, there's a very good chance that they could also make a flat here to go up, but then that will take so long that you don't have to worry about it, right? We're worried about this trade that downs, and the same for all of them. Nasdaq, boom, break the top, come back. Wait for the flag, go down for this trade. Actually, it might not make a very big flag if you look at this, right? They kind of pull back and drop. So if this pull back a little deep, go with the drop. You let it pull back some more. You let it pull back some more here. Put an entry here, put a stop here, go for this trade. That's all you're going for. If you're lucky, they go through, but you're not going to get lucky because they're going to go right back to the top. Now, you might get lucky and it drops to the bottom, and good for you. US 30. This one is a little more difficult, but yes, if it makes a flag here, go for the sell. You're coming back. This one could break out. This one could literally drop through the bottom. This one could break this low. So this one could come here, break that low, and then go back up. It will be a flat for upside. Now, be careful. You have to know how to manage trades like that if they don't go. If they go, good for you. But if they don't go, you have to know how to get the hell out of it. If you're not sure how to do that, if you don't have the skill level to do that, if you don't think you'll you know, traders watch it and they freeze, they don't know they have to close the trade, or they know they have to close the trade, but they just can't close it. If you're that person, you need to come and learn with us, and don't do that, right? Okay, what other trades? I'm not going to go through all the cryptocurrencies. Tell me the ones you want to look at. While you guys are typing your cryptocurrencies you want me to look at, I'll look at those. Let me answer some of the questions that these guys have, and we'll go back to trading again, right? So let's see. Okay, another question. I would like to know with what amount of, we answered the 11th question. Can you teach us about what happened in Bitcoin and how to avoid same mistake and get profit out of it? That's a very vague question. What happened in Bitcoin? A lot of things happened in Bitcoin. Make it very concrete. We are trading, right? So make a concrete thing. What trades, where you're looking at, what was the trade setup you're in, what happened there, or what, if you want to know generally what happened, the whole analysis of Bitcoin, we can do that at the end of the session. Do you think US CAD is in the process of laying the foundation for 040120 till 130320 move? Do you see? I can't. I have to go and look at those dates though. That's a long process. That's a very tough question. Are you asking whether it's going to make a drop? I can show you what it's going to do, right? That's a US CAD. Let me show you very quick what I think it's going to do. Because I'm not going to go check all those dates and what they did that date. So I'm going to show you what we are expecting it to do. See this? It's very simple. We're expecting this to come and break this low and then go back up. That is our thought process. Break the low and then go back up. Big picture, it looks like this. See? Big picture, this was the up move. This is a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This one dropped sharp. And I think this is going to go back and break the top. Now, we were looking for this to make a 1, 2, 3, and then come back and make a low here and then go. Right, like this one, 1, 2, 3, right? But that didn't happen and they're consolidating. And if they consolidate to the top here, my assumption is if they're consolidating there, that they will make what very similar. See this 1? See the 2 here? 1, 2, 3, come back here and then go. So we have 1, we have 1, 2, 3, come back here and then go. Can this go back up to the top there and then come back here and then go? Yeah, that's possible. If that's what you're asking, that is possible. So what we're looking for here now is this thing going to drop? It looks to me like it's going to drop. We took the trade this morning. We closed the trade for a very, very small loss. I think I showed you. If you missed it, watch the thing. And I still have an entry order to sell it here, which means I have an entry order here to sell because I can see that this is a flag. This is making a flag here. See? We're making a flag. It's consolidating upwards against this impulse, but the entire thing here going up looks very corrective. That is a correction in relationship to this down move. See that down move? That's a huge down move. We actually sold a lot in that down move. We sold this trade. Some of my traders managed to catch it higher. We sold that trade. We took it off. We sold this one. We took it off. I can go back and show you a number of trades. I don't think we got anything here, but we got this trade and a few smaller trades in here. And then when this started to happen, we just wait. We took a few sells in there. They were break even, and just like this morning, small loss or break even. And we're going to sell it again. If this goes back to the top here, then we'll relook at the structure and we'll make a decision whether I'm not buying it. It's going up, but I'm not buying it because it's going up really slow. I want to save my nerves from, having to live through all these pullback. It doesn't make sense. I hope that helped. Let's go. Did he do Bitcoin? No, I didn't do Bitcoin. I said I'll start with Bitcoin. So let's go. Let's start with Bitcoin and see what you guys are looking at. Now, remember Bitcoin, a lot of you are trading it on different time frames. So I'm going to start with the daily and you follow me into which time frame you do. Let's start with the weekly because somebody was asking about what happened to Bitcoin, what it's doing. Let's start. Let me give you a little idea of what I think of Bitcoin. It's just an instrument to trade and make money. Now, if you understand what you're doing, you can probably make money in it. It's going to be highly manipulated. That's the only way Bitcoin works. Bitcoin does not have any intrinsic value. Zero value in terms of that sense, right? The value of Bitcoin is the value of the people investing in it, which means the only time Bitcoin is going to go up if there are more willing buyers. The only time it's going to drop is when people start to sell, right? So if it's dropping, it means nobody's willing to buy and maybe some people are selling. If it is going up, it means that some people are buying. Now, if you think of it this way, think of yourself. Just think of you. Forget about who is there. Think of you having the control number of Bitcoins in your hands. So you happen to hold a large amount of Bitcoins and you would really like Bitcoin to go back and come to the top here. Because you want to make a couple $1 billion, right? You're planning on making about $5 to $10 billion maybe or more on Bitcoin. So what would you do? You would like to buy a lot of Bitcoin in this range. right? You would like to get as much Bitcoin as you can get in this range and then let it go up like that. You would like to get this amount of Bitcoin here. See this range here? You would like to get all the Bitcoins in here and then push it up like that. Sell it to the dummies at the top there. And then some of the dummies are still gonna, you know, kind of not buy us yet. You'll drop it back, make sure that some of them buy here. You push it to the top and you keep selling to them, right? So this is a sell-off because they bought here. So their profit is this, and then drop it in you. So you bought here and now you're stuck with it here. Now you're hoping that it's gonna go back there. Not all of you. A lot of people clear and, you know, got rid of it. Some people give up. Some people don't know what to do. They sell off for half the price. They get rid of it, all kinds of stuff. And they can hold it here for as long as they want until you get rid of it. Now, if you have volume of money and you're the one trying to make billions, you can hold it. Now, if you hold it, nobody will sell or buy. Let's say I'm holding some Bitcoin and you're holding all your Bitcoin. I will not sell it. I want to get some more money out of my Bitcoin, right? Because let's say I bought Bitcoin when it was going up at this point here. I don't want to sell it here. I want to sell it somewhere close to that top. Now, if you push it up, pull back, you push it, you pull back, you push it, you pull back, and you push it, and I'm close to this, I'm like, oh, I'm selling. Because now this is all I'm going to lose, because once this starts to drop, I will sell. Because I can see that it's coming here, and I don't want to lose here, I want to lose there. So this is still their profit. Right, that's their profit. But they're buying up in this range here because they want it to go above the top. Now, I don't have the holding power to hold it for 10 years if I'm investing a lot in it, but they do. And that up and down movement would create that. Now, you may say that's all nonsense. Nobody controls Bitcoin and all of that. Yeah, congratulations to you. If you believe that thing, that nobody controls what's happening here and nobody has a controlling amount of Bitcoin and, hey, this is all open information, you can go and check it. Yeah, you need a checkup. If you think it's that simple, you need a checkup. If anyone who believes in that simplicity of the explanation of, hey, Bitcoin is an open thing, everybody can go, you can know who hold how much and all of that stuff, congratulations. You're the person they're looking for. You're exactly the person they're looking for. Simplistic minds. Right? Because the more simplistic mind they get, the easier it is to manipulate them. And that is why at the top here I was telling you, be careful, sell it off. Now we're buying at the bottom here, we're going up. Now, what is your trade? Some of you are trading daily, which means you buy and you sell, and that's a great way to trade it. But you have to have a good strategy, right? You have to know that and understand how this thing moves, the kind of pattern it makes, right? Because if you don't know that, then you'll get yourself in trouble. Now it's at the top here. If it's at the top, and if you look back and you see every time they break the top, what they do. So let's go back at the bottom here. I can give you guys just a very simple idea of how you can look at the market, and that might help you. I don't know if it will, but it might. So it makes a move and then it pulls back. It will go break the top, make a move, pull back, make a move, pull back, make a move, pull back. And you know, sometimes they're deeper. You see, we broke that top, we kind of pull back, we go, we pull back, we go, we pull back, we're here. Guess what's the most common thing should happen when it gets to the top there? A pullback. So if you want to make money, of course this could go a little more. Don't try to catch this when it's already at the top. Wait for this to pull back and then try to get it from the bottom here going. That is where you will make money. Now this might spike up a little and you, oh my God, I'm out of them, I'm missing everything. I should have probably waited for it to pull back, right? I should have bought it rather than wait for a pullback. And it goes a little more and it goes, and you buy here and then you watch it drop. Now, you may, if you're not trading with stop, you may just have to wait until it goes back up, which is a very long time. Right? Now, because we're still at the bottom, if you're an investor, that is not a problem. You shouldn't be worried about that. But if you're not an investor, that's a problem for you. If you're a day trader. If you're a day trader, you want to get every flag. You want to get the sell flag, get out. You want to get a buy flag, get out. So let's say you missed this up move. Why worry? It will pull back. I guarantee you that. I can almost guarantee you with a 95% probability on my side that it will pull back at some point. And then if you miss that, you can buy it back here to go. So you might as well wait for the pullback. But since you trade on the 15 minutes and on the 1 hour, you can trade these pullback, right? You can trade these pullback. You can trade this pullback. You might miss this one because you're in this structure. and that structure looks like it's going to come here. So you probably think that it can come here, and that is normal. This is the pullback you're waiting for, but then you can get this one if you want. Here is what you have one. You see this is going slow. It probably will do something like this, make a flag, and then go one more. But these are short trades. You have to get in and get out really fast. It will make a deep pullback, and when it makes a deep pullback, if you have the patience to wait for that, you're going to make more money, because that is guaranteed to make a pullback. Even if you go and look at the biggest move Bitcoin made when it was going up like a rocket, they were really, really deep pullback if you know how to trade it. So we're not going to get it in the 15. We probably could get it in the 4 hour. And I can go back in the 4 hour and show you how much pullback that thing had. So let's start with this one, right? This was the big move. And I'm on the 4 hour now. I'm not even on the 1 hour, right? So all of these has a lot of flags and pullback. I'm not even going to go with that deep pullback, see that pullback, see this pullback. Look at this one. Right? So they make pullback. They do make. If you missed it here, you can get it from here to go. Right? But if you jump in and you get trapped at the top of one of those moves, the pullback is what will make you bail it out. Look at this pullback. Look at this pullback. You thought it was going fast. It's not going fast anymore, right? Look at that. It's moving really slow. So is this a slow move to the upside? Then wait for a pullback, buy and hold it for a longer period of time. See? It's very simple. And you can do that with all the cryptos. Wait for the pullback. This was your big pullback to buy if you're an investor and keep it. But if you trade in the 15 minutes, take every flag up and down, as long as you're capable of doing it. If you're not capable of doing it, then stop doing it. Consolidation, accumulation is the same thing. It's just different words meaning. Consolidation means consolidating the phase. That's a period where somebody's accumulating, right, for themselves. Yeah, that's exactly the thing. So let's go. Next question. I like your... Okay, thank you for that. I'm just reading a question, and these are just people just saying they like the method, and I'm just saying thank you to them. You guys can read it as well, right? USDCAS went up massively, but the foundation took 5 months. Okay, yeah, that's possible. I think that's a crypto you're talking about. I'm not sure. Yeah, they took 5 months. Here's the thing: there is nothing like a sudden crash. You ever hear the market crash? Everybody, oh well, the market crashed suddenly. What happened? They woke up this morning and there was a crash. Really? Most of those crashes took 10 years to plan. Most of the crashes you're seeing in the market took about 10 years to plan. And nothing is sudden. There's nothing like a sudden crash, because the people who were holding the stock at the top before they crash it have to sell it to some dummy. That dummy is not necessarily a person. Remember the big crash, the 281 was, you know what went down? A lot of pension fund. A lot of big funds, government funds and pension funds and insurance money and all of that, which is your money basically. Your money that you invest with some company, took it and they drain it out to the big, the bigger banks and the bigger investor who took it all, and then crash it, and they lost. Who end up losing? You end up losing. You are always going to be on the losing side of the game if you're planning to be like them. You have to follow them, but don't be like them. Don't try to. You don't have the holding power. So we follow the little pieces. We take out the little piece and we said thank you. Right? We jump in, get a little piece, thank you. If you have the holding power, you wouldn't be here with me. Right? That's the whole point. So the people who have the holding power will hold that. By the way, is any of our trade going? I think the CAD is breaking. Anybody took the CAD? Let me go. I'll take it live because it's breaking. I won the trade. Let me go back to the 15 minutes. I think that trade should be... Nope, it didn't tag us yet. But if that trade tag, I want it. So let me see if I can put it on, if I have the time to put it on. If not, I'll take it live. I have to check this to calculate the risk. That is 53 pips. That's 0.5 for me. Yeah. It is channel or consolidation, and now it's just creating channel. How to tell before movement happen? I have no idea what you have to show me what you mean in the charts. Like, there's always channel or consolidation somewhere. A few days ago, you said it could be channel on Bitcoin. I'm not sure you're even quoting me correctly, but there are channels in consolidation. We'll come back to that. Let's get the trade. Let's not miss this trade. Give me 1 second. I don't want to miss the trade. All right, so that is the Canadian. But I'll put the pending order because it's still there. Sell price at 98.44. Stop loss at 98.98. Okay, I've got the entry order on. If it breaks the low, I'll go with the trade. There's another yen pair that might be triggering. Let's see which one. We're not trading the Swiss yen as yet. We're looking at, I think we got the New Zealand yen. Let's see what that is doing. Okay, anybody got tagged by the New Zealand yen? Just so I know. No. Okay, so the entry order is there. It probably shouldn't tag you as yet. All right, we'll see when it tag. This one is a little lower, or this is moved. We'll put it like that, and we'll go. Let's wait and see. These are the trades. What are the trade setups we're looking at? Is Aussie going up? Let's see if Aussie dollar is going up. So it's going up now. We're going to get a flag here in the Aussie dollar. We're either going to get a flag. So on the hourly, you wanted to stay here for 2 or 3 more hours, and we're going to get a flag for the sell setup, right? So let it make 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go for the sell. New Zealand, and you're tagged in it. Okay, just wait. You have a stop, so wait. I still think they're going to go. There are some questions I might have missed. Consolidate. I answered that one already. We answered that one already. We answered that already. A few days. Oh, that is it. You'll have to show me in the charts. Reka, I think Reka is your name. You'll have to show me where and what you mean when I'm talking, because we do so much in the charts. We do it 5 times a day. Have a look Pong USD. Let's take a look at Pong USD. We want trades. We don't have anything. This is just 1 hour, so it's not a flag as yet. But it's making a flag. I agree with you. It's making a 15 minutes flag here for the sell setup. So I would give it some more time. That's just 1 hour. And in terms of the pattern for the flag, it's not complete. You're getting a 5 minutes one, but it's still not complete, right? Because this is a sharp move down, which means it's going to stay there for a while. Give it some more time, and then we're selling. We're putting an entry order for sale. By the way, as long as this consolidation stay in this range. If the consolidation go above, that's it. You're off. That trade is off. Right? So right now we're looking for a sell setup here. Yes, on Bitcoin. Send me a chart of what you're talking about, because I'm not sure what you mean on the Bitcoin. Can you have a look on Pong? Yeah, we looked at the Pong already. How to know difference between what? You see, between them. Between which them, what and what? Between consolidations and accumulation? There is no difference. Why you want to know difference? It's the same thing. It's just 2 different words for it. Somebody's accumulating while it's consolidating. That's the whole point. You can call it accumulation, you can call it consolidation. Depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about practical trading, it's a consolidation. If you're talking about the theory behind the whole thing, what's happening in that phase, it's accumulation. NQ. What is NQ? The top one here. I have to see the big picture to figure out what it's doing, and then I just want to see what the structure looks like. Why this looks like everything else? It just looks like everything else we look at, right? So you're kind of going up, but you're going up in a consolidation. See, up. I'll go with a flat here, a correction here. There's a good chance this could work its way down back here and then go back up. You're kind of in this. So at the top there, let's see if we have a buy setup. Nope. But you can get, like I said, they're all the same thing, right? You can get a sell setup here, come back here. Right? Go back there, come back here, and then go up. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's Nasdaq, right? That's what you're looking for. It's a Nasdaq chart. So we've got it. Anyway, let's go. What else you're looking for? You're looking the E-mini, the Nasdaq E-mini, right? That's in there what you're looking for. XDP USD. Okay, we look at that just now. I think he's looking for the E-mini one. So let's go. XDP. I don't think I have that one. Let's go with this and see what we have. Daily. Is this the chart? Is this the correct chart you're looking at? The XTP chart? Am I on the correct chart for you? Who asked for the XTP? Give me a yes if it's the correct chart. I tend to forget we have a delay, right? So sorry about that. Okay, if it is the correct chart, then we would assume that this was the low. They actually made a low. They're trying to go back. This is upside. Right? That is a buy setup on the weekly. So you would go into the 4-hour into that and you'd see where you get the buy setup, right? It's kind of coming down. See that? And this is a sell setup on the 4-hour and the 1-hour. That's a sell setup to come and break this low. Right, so we have a move up. We're coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. I'm not sure if you want to sell it, but it's a sell setup. It's going back to the low. You probably wait until it get here and see if you get a buy setup to go with it, because the buy setup might be a sudden spike to this area, and that would be a better trade, right? Because it's sell, it's at the bottom already. Let's see what else we have. Okay, guys, if we go through all the charts you guys want, we're gonna have a problem. We wouldn't be able to trade. So we are not gonna look at a lot of new charts. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to trade. Let's get the trade. Let's get the charts we're looking at. Aussie yen. So I'll go back. We'll do that at the end of the webinar. Let's not miss these trades. Right? We have one trade setup going, and you don't want to miss it, right? So let's go. Aussie yen. Let's see what is Aussie doing. Aussie dollar is still kind of going sideways. Let's go back to the 15 minutes. This is the trade we're looking for. We're waiting for this sell setup. It's kind of looking nice already. It's starting to make flags. It has more consolidation in it before it drops. I don't think this is gonna be the one that drop. It's gonna pull back and then you get a drop, right? New Zealand pretty much same thing. Right, pretty much the same thing. We have a sell setup already in the New Zealand. It's going really slow. If it keeps going slow like that, take off this entry order. CAD, we have a sell setup. That might not go right now. That might take a while. Swiss could probably drop, but risk to reward in the trade is no good for where you will have to put a stop, so stay away from that. Euro CAD, let's see what it's doing. It's kind of consolidating. If it consolidates there, we will go. This was the trade this morning. That was the buy. If it consolidates in this range, we might go for next buy, but that will be tomorrow, right? If it consolidates, it's a flat. It will be a flat, not a flag. Euro New Zealand is going up some more. You can. There's no trade you should take at the top there now. Not in the New York session, the top of the structure. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. What other trades we were looking for? I think the yen pairs had some good one. Aussie yen. If this consolidates, we sell. Just make sure it consolidates enough, right? Look for this consolidation, and then we're going for a sell. We don't have a trade on the Aussie yen as yet. We have a trade on the New Zealand yen. And we have a trade on the CAD yen. Right, those are the two trade setups we have. Okay, for trades that we're looking at, can you guys tell me what other trade setups you're looking at? My traders, any of my traders in the room, tell me what trades you're looking at. Just type the trade setup so we can go look at the trades. We don't want to miss the trades. Let me go through the list again and see what else we have as trade setups. What is silver doing? Nothing. We'll bring the entry order lower afterwards. Euro, nothing is yet. Pound, it's consolidating, so I'll put wait for a flag for a sell. We're waiting for this flag to become a flag, and then we'll be selling it. Now if that becomes a flag, we're expecting this to drop lower. Just give it a few. It's just on the 1 hour, it's just one single candle, right? Probably give it another candle. You need a flag. You don't have a flag, right? Flag in the US100. Let's see. That's a good sell. It's an aggressive trade, but you have to know how to get it right. The 15-minute flags we're going to be looking for, right? Yeah, it's kind of a small one. It's aggressive, but you could give it the next hour if you want to go with it now. It's not a bad idea. You have to put an entry here. This is an aggressive trade. This is how we would trade it. I'm not telling you what to do. We'll put an entry here. We'll put a stop here. Right? It's pretty aggressive. You put an entry here. You put a stop here, and you're only going for this one, right? This is your trade. That's all the trade is. So let me put the trade on, and I'll tell you how we go, how we would trade this, right? So go for the short. We'll put an entry here. You put a stop just here, just above that top, and you go for the bottom. Once it takes the bottom, that's it. It's a 1.6. Let's say 1.5. 1.5 to 1. So you can put this a little higher like that. That's all the trade is about, right? You want this single drop, you take profit. That's it. You're in this flag right now. If it breaks out, good for you. Right? If it break out of the low, good for you. I'm not expecting it to break out, but if it does, good. Right? So it's very aggressive trade. We take only the senior traders in the room would take trades like that. Because if it doesn't go, they know how to get out. They know how to manage it. Okay, let's see what else. We have some requests here. Don't worry, guys. We'll do all the requests probably tomorrow. Let me see. Just a micro contract instrument. On which one? What was it? Oh, Nasdaq. Oh, you want the E-minis. I see. I actually showed you the chart, right? Let's see. Oh, you want this one? If you want this trade, why not? I entered at 1063 long. On which one? You entered 1063 long. I have no idea which one. You have to make a full sentence. Tell me which chart, what's the trade, because by the time I come to your, I might be on the chart you're commenting on, but by the time I read your comment, I'm off that chart already, so I wouldn't know which one. I'm planning to take profit at 1.176. Okay, that is on which one? You'll have to tell me. I have no idea. Thank you. Well, if it's good for you and you're making profit, that's good. Okay, we'll look at all the extra cryptos afterwards. On the Bitcoin chart, before the up move, shouldn't I put order in the top? No, you don't know my strategies. Don't guess what it is. My traders know the strategy. It's not always putting the orders at the top. Depending on what correction you're looking at, how deep is the correction, there's a lot of stuff that is that different. So here is an entry order. Do I look like I'm putting that order at the top of anything? You follow what I'm saying? You don't know the strategies you use for given patterns. Each pattern, each setup that we have has its own strategy. So don't try to guess what my strategy is and then go and try to trade that and you lose money and then you come back and say, hey, I use this strategy, it's not working. I'm like, no, dude, you didn't lose my strategy. You use what you use thinking it's my strategy, right? So unless you're in my group, completed the course and said, hey, this is what you gave me as a strategy, and I look at it and said, yes, great, that was the strategy, then you're not using my strategy, right? So don't blame me for that, right? Don't say, and don't second guess what my strategy is. You'll have to definitely be in my group to know that. As you can see, right, this is a trade, but it's nothing, it's nowhere on top, right? Nothing, the entry is nowhere on top or at the bottom of anything. Because for this specific trade, this is the specific strategy. And like I said, it's an aggressive strategy that the senior traders would use. Or traders whose account is positive. You follow what I'm saying? I'm not trying to think to anybody, I'm just trying to say, don't try to repeat what I do if you're not 100% sure what I'm doing. Bear flag on US100. Okay, that's what we're trading here now. It's a very short trade. It's not a bear. It's kind of a 15-minute small flag. We saw what it did before. We're going to try to see if it does the same thing. The platinum XPT. Let's see. Oh, you made a typo there. That's what I'm looking at that chart and I'm thinking, well, that doesn't look like something you should trade. You want XPT. Okay, let me see. I think we have platinum somewhere. XPT. Yes, XPT USD. Let's see. You want this, right? Let's see, what's the bigger picture in this? We did some analysis on this already. Take that out. It's look like it's trying to come back down in this pattern. Looks like this one is trying to come back. See that correction there? How they drop, it looks like we're trying to get one of that here to come back to the low. So let's see if you can get that trade. Let's go into 4 hours. That might be a trade setup. Try to get it from somewhere higher. Let's see in the 1 hour. Okay, it's coming down, but not how I would expect it to come down for the drop. You can see you're getting this one. This would be a break-even trade. You might get a second one break-even trade when this drop. And if this one doesn't drop through the bottom, then you'll have to get rid of that trade because this would go up one more and then drop. You follow, right? I don't know if you can repeat what I just said. What I'm saying is that there's a sell setup here, right? And it might drop, right? This here might consolidate and drop. This could be the one that dropped through the bottom, but this could also just come here and go right back up, make a new high, and then drop. So if you can manage this one, go. If you can't, wait for it to break out of the structure, get a flag here and then sell. Or let this go back up, come down, and then use the flag there to sell. You follow, right? But it looks downside. This on the big picture and on the lower picture, it's downside so far. Now, if this gets all the way back to the top here, then you don't do that, right? So let's say this corrects, it drops here and then go back up there and drop again, come back and go back up, and it comes back to the top here. Well, then you stop doing that because it will go down, but then it's going to go back up. You can still take the sell. It's still a good sell, but you have to be aware that it will go back up, not to the bottom that we're looking for. But as it stands right now, from where it is right now, that's downside to retest this low. Right? You can see this. You can see the structure, right? It's not that difficult to look at. I think you can see it pretty clear. You can put this here and you can say, well, if they're doing this, what are the chances of this coming back to the bottom here? Or what are the chances of this breaking out of this structure and coming back here before they go back up? So this could be a good trade for you if you trade this. Hope that helps. Tesla and Apple. Okay, let's look at some of the Swiss and Aussie Swiss. Let's look at those two first, and then we'll go back to the trading. Tell me if any of the, I think the New Zealand yen tagged. You'll have to give it some time to make sure it's going. Right, so I think we're tagged in the New Zealand yen. Let's go to the 15 and see. Yep, some traders should be tagged in the New Zealand yen. It's going. Right, so it's okay. Let's see if it gets to the bottom and break the low. Now it's a small one, so if it stays here too long to consolidate or go to make a bigger consolidation and you're in the trade, you will have to exit it. The idea is it has to drop right now. If it stays here, they can come a little here. There's a chance it could come a little here and start to make a bigger consolidation. Get the hell out of this and we'll sell it again tomorrow. Right? But if it drops right now, good for you. I put the CAD in on and let's see how that goes too. I still like this for the downside. Aussie Swiss and USD Swiss. Let's look at those two and then we'll go back to all the cryptos. USD Swiss has a sell setup, but I don't think you want it. Your stop would have to be pretty high and all they'll do is break the low before they go back up. This is what I'm expecting them to do. I'm expecting them to come here, break this low, and then we're looking for the buy setup. I think I showed you the pattern. We're looking at this sharp move that should happen, this sharp move here, this seed piece, and then downside. So this sharp move here, see? Kind of go back to the top there, make a running flat. We'll look for that buy and then we'll look for the sell. Let's see Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss broke the low, I think. Yep, we broke the low. So this should go back up one more as well. We broke this low. This should go back up one more and then downside. Right? That's a very similar structure. So go to the 15. Let's hope we can get these trades during our trading session this week, so you guys can see it. This has one more to drop. You can see the flag already forming here. Did we break the low? I don't think we broke the low. So they'd probably drop, break the low, and then reverse. We'll get the trade tomorrow. Right? Let it drop, break the low. It is going to come and break this low. Right? Drop, break that low, and then tomorrow we get the trade to the upside. Both of them have the same structure. So if you were in my group, you would miss the BTC movement. I'm not sure why you think you would miss it if you were in my group. If you were in my group, you'd be buying it from the very bottom. And if you're in investment strategies, and if you go back and look at my webinar and you're an investor, I mentioned it like 100 times. You want to buy it at the bottom and keep some. So I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you make a reminder how to manage a trade, please? Well, depending on which trade you're looking at and how each of those strategy will have its own management rules. That is something you would learn when you join the group too, right? Because if we're going to go through all of that, that is a 6 weeks course. I'll have to tell you how to each pattern. I'll have to show you each pattern and tell you this is how we trade this one and this is how you're going to manage the trade, right? But if you follow us, you might pick up a few bits and pieces for the week. Keep following us and you might get something. Some of the patterns will be trades, so you'll see how we manage them. Could you please analyze TD Bank? Okay. RBC Bank. We can take one. I don't think we'll have time for all of them. Okay. So we can do one. I can do TD Bank for you. Let's see. Because then I don't want to move away from the trading itself, right? Okay, which one of these you want? There's a series of them here. Which code you want there for the TD Bank? Just TD, the symbol is just TD. Okay, so that would be Toronto, this one, the top one. Okay, this one, so I'll go with this. Okay, let's see what the daily looks like. Oh, this one is cool. It got some nice setups. All right, you got a big running flat here. You kind of there's a consolidation going on here. Let's see if we're out of that consolidation already. Nope. I think you're going up back. I think this one is trying to go back up here and then drop. Something like this. Okay, we're heading back to the top there, right? Because if I'm looking at this, I'll probably look at this as a 1, 2, 3. So, or this one is a 1, 2, 3, something like that. So this up move would probably get a move up to the top there and then the downside. This would be the impulse coming into it. I don't think this would be all the correction. Well, you can come here and see what happens here. If this gives you a sell setup, go with it. Short term. If it goes back to the top and give you a flat for a buy, like if it goes back to the top here and, kind of give you this for the buy setup, then you can go with that buy to the top here. So you can go into that on the 4 hours. Let's see what it has. On the 4 hours, you have a small flag forming here. Right, so if this stays here, then it's a drop. One drop, but this is sharp, right? So one drop here, and if it starts to go back, you got to get out of that trade. And I still think it's one more up. Biggest structure is one more up, and you have to see how these patterns, they don't really make very big patterns. See, very small drop. So if you go through them, you will see that they aren't really big. I mean, a lot of consolidation. They have a lot of sharp moves. So if I'm trading this, I'll let this come back to the top somewhere and then look for the sell. If you want to buy it here for the upside, makes sense. Short term. Just wait for a pattern, a complete pattern to form there, and then go for it. Right? We'll do the other banks tomorrow. Don't take it personal. I'm just telling you for anyone else. Don't assume you know how we, what our strategy is unless you're in the room. So don't take it personal and get a thing about it. I'm trying to save you from making wrong trades, right? So I'm just trying to make sure you don't take it wrong and do the wrong one, right? You're welcome, and I hope to see all of you guys tomorrow again. We have 2 sessions tomorrow. We have sessions going on all week. Join, share the screen, share the videos, share the link, bring more people in, and let's trade. So we had 2 trades yesterday. We had 2 trades today. Yesterday both trades won. Today we got 1 half lost, which is good. Still profitable. We don't have any other trades right now going except the yen, the CAD yen. Sorry, the New Zealand yen going for you guys. Let me give an update of this before I leave. So far it's going good, right? So far it's going really good if you're in the trade. It's moving slow, but it's going good, right? I think it will get to the bottom here, so I wish you guys good luck and profit in this trade. I have the CAD yen entry. I'll keep it for the next couple hours. If it doesn't tag, I'll take it off and my day is over. All right, all of you, trade with care. You're welcome, and please come again. By the way, if any one of you would like to join our group, you can literally join for a coffee a day, and that money will go towards paying for the course. You will get access, the same access you're getting here in these 2 sessions, plus you'll get a recording of the entire thing, everything we do, right? So join us tomorrow. Let's see you here tomorrow. Let's see everybody in tomorrow, and bring a friend along. There's nothing you can, you're not going to lose anything if you come and listen to us and watch the way we trade. You'll probably learn something. Even if you don't use this method, you'll still learn something. So take care. Thanks for coming. Let's make it double tomorrow. Let's make sure I think we should have a couple hundred people in today. Let's make that double because we have a group of 800 people who still have to join us. By the way, any of you from that group, just give me a yes. There should be a lot of you. Don't worry. I noticed we have a lot of. We should get double the amount of people tomorrow because more of those guys will come out tomorrow. So take care, trade with care. See all of you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. I'll give a few seconds for you guys to hear me and then we'll close it. Hey, Vic, you're on. I haven't seen Victor. Victor, you're on. Hey, that's about 30 seconds, Vic. That's a long lag. Okay. Everybody take care. Trade with care. Bye-bye. I'll close the room now.